In this upcoming Young and the Restless storyline, the rivalry between Jack Abbott and Victor Newman takes yet another dangerous turn, with Diane Abbott stepping into the mix and encouraging Jack to turn Victor's own schemes against him. It all begins with Jack proposing an uneasy alliance with Victor for one specific purpose: stopping Cain Ashby's relentless attempts to gain control of Jabot, Newman Enterprises and Chancellor Industries. Cain's hunger for power has grown, and he has made no secret of wanting to topple both Jack and Victor if that's what it takes. Jack suggests to Victor that the only way to protect themselves is to join forces against Cain. On the surface, this deal looks practical, even necessary, but underneath, both men know it is temporary at best. Neither Jack nor Victor trust the other, and each expects betrayal the moment Cain is no longer an immediate threat. Jack's true motivation comes from more than just saving his family company. He doesn't want Nikki Newman to lose control of Chancellor. Nikki has worked hard to keep that legacy intact, and Jack feels compelled to protect her from being swallowed up in the fallout. However, Jack also knows that Victor doesn't deserve his loyalty. Victor has spent years mocking and undercutting Jack, always believing he is the stronger man and businessman. Jack is tired of being dismissed and sees this partnership as a chance to ultimately beat Victor at his own game. Diane, however, immediately recognizes the flaw in Jack's plan. She reminds him that Victor cannot be trusted, that his so-called alliances always end in betrayal. But instead of rejecting Jack's idea outright, she suggests that they twist it to their own advantage. If they go along with Victor's plan, they must make sure that, in the end, it is Jack and Diane who benefit, not Victor. Diane encourages Jack to seize this moment as a way of finally proving that Victor Newman isn't invincible. For years, Victor has looked down on Jack, belittled him, and made him feel like an inferior businessman. Diane wants Jack to turn the tables once and for all, to show Victor that he isn't untouchable. Meanwhile, Nikki finds herself caught in the middle. She doesn't like Victor's plan to use Jack as a pawn and then discard him once Cain is defeated. Nikki sees Jack's value, both personally and strategically, and she makes it clear that she doesn't want Jill Abbott dragged into the mess either. Nikki pleads with Victor to stop underestimating Jack, but Victor brushes her off. He is determined to prove, yet again, that he is the superior man, and in his mind, that means humiliating Jack once Cain is neutralized. Victor has always looked at the Abbotts as second-rate. He never respected the way Jack inherited his position at Jabot, dismissing it as unearned. He sees Billy Abbott as even weaker, a man forever spiraling out of control. But Jack knows something Victor doesn't. Billy won't stabilize until Victor is cut down to size. This isn't just about Jack proving his own worth anymore. It's also about freeing his brother from Victor's shadow. So now the question becomes whether Jack and Diane can actually pull it off. For once, Jack isn't walking blindly into Victor's trap. He sees it coming, and with Diane at his side, he's willing to play Victor's game only to turn it back on him. If they can synchronize their moves, they just might catch Victor off guard. The great irony here is that Victor, so confident in his own power, may finally overestimate himself and underestimate Jack. If Jack succeeds, it would be a historic moment in their decades-long rivalry. Victor Newman, the master manipulator of Genoa City, finally falling victim to his own strategy. Diane is determined to help Jack reach that goal, not only to prove to Victor that the Abbotts are every bit his equal, but also to give Jack the victory he's always craved. The burning question is, has Victor set himself up for a fall this time, or will he once again outmaneuver Jack before the dust settles?